doesn't matter anymore.
I'm like running out of shows to watch.
Yeah.
Because I'm watching Always Sunny, and I'm almost through it.
Really? There's like 16 seasons of that, right?
Yeah, I just play it.
It's a really easy show to binge.
It is.
Every episode's good. Like,
Yeah.
it takes a while before you watch one that's boring, but even then you're like, still funny stuff in here.
Like, I liked
Where did my
season
feet
1,
go?
Yeah.
and then season 2 when Danny DeVito shows up.
Yeah. That's,
I was like, I can't even watch season 1 anymore.
Yeah,
like,
no,
it's
Danny DeVito just like makes the show god tier.
season one's
Like
still
season
good,
one's
but
really
yeah.
good, but then it just like goes to a whole new level.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I love that show.
And that's right. A lot of shows get better in their later seasons anyway, because that's when they really like hit. They know what they want out of their characters.
it's like a second term president where they're like,
Yeah.
we're just gonna do whatever the fuck we feel like. Like,
And-
here's what, like Charlie, he's just gonna just bite a guy's ear off. Like,
Actually, it was neck.
yeah,
He bit his neck.
that I
love.
I quit breathing from how hard I laughed seeing that for the first time.
It got me today. You know how, like in season 1, they do like the. Oh no! A couple seasons back, or I don't know when Dee does the pyramid scheme. She's like, "Here, hold this, hold these. This will test your stressors." And Charlie grabs like it's like two like steel rods hooked up to a meter, and he's like, "Where do my feet go?" She's like, "It doesn't fucking matter." He's like, "But where do my feet go?" And then they bring back the same machine, and Charlie grabs it, and he's like, "Okay, what do I do with my feet now?" I was like, "Oh my God." It caught me off guard. It was so funny. That I watched the Family Feud episode. I was telling Tyler about this, and every answer Charlie got right. It was like, "What do people eat? But what do you eat but doesn't eat you?" Charlie's like, "Dragon." And he's like, "What the fuck?" And then, of course, one person out of the survey chose to answer dragon.
And it was him.
I don't know if it was him.
No, he said he was at the mall and some guy with a clipboard kept asking him questions, so he just gave the same answers.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
What was the explanation for why he chose dragon?
Because, well, he said, "I don't eat dragon because I'm a peasant." But dragons don't even eat people because they just like eating gold. That's why they sit in their cave with a pile of gold.
Because
The next question was...
dragons would definitely eat you, and you would definitely not eat dragons.
Yeah.
So that's why it makes no
But
sense.
the second question was, what do you groom yourself with? And he said bride. And when, he answered bride in the survey. And then the last one was, what are most people afraid of? And he answered nightman. And then the one person came up. When I saw that, and then he got all 3 questions right, I was dying. I thought it was so fucking funny. Oh my god.
Well, and the thing with the Nightmen is that's just a constant reference,
Yeah.
making fun of like the fact that his uncle molested him when he was a kid. And he's
I didn't know that's who the Nightman was. I was asking Tyler who the Nightman was.
no, yeah, because when Uncle Jack first shows up, he's like, "We can sleep in the same bed again, Charlie, like when we were kids." or when you were a kid. It was like, it was early on. Like Uncle Jack, the big hands lawyer guy.
Yeah.
That's him?
Yeah.
Oh!
That's him?
No, he has small hands, and he's
Yeah, he
always
has small
like,
hands,
yeah,
but
on
then
stage.
he does the fake big hands.
Yeah. He's the one who molested Charlie?
I think so. Because early on, remember the McPoyle brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like, we're going to get the coach from school. We're all going to say he molested us.
Yeah.
And he was like, he didn't molest us, though. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's so funny.
No, they're really good at going back to their own lore in
Yeah.
that show.
He writes a whole musical about the Nightman and the Dayman.
Yeah, the Nightman.
Gotta pay the troll's toll.
Hey, what's
to
the
enter
boy's
this
soul?
boy's hole.
The boy soul.
Boy's hole.
The boy soul.
I was saying boy's soul, and people thought I was saying boy's hole. And there's a rape scene.
Yeah. That's how you get more dramatic. If you Game of Thrones, if you want to see some rape scenes, we got them.
I'm already gonna watch it. You don't have
That's
to give
how
me
you-
more reasons to watch it.
That's how you get all the drama fans. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, someone got raped. This is so scandalous. This is so juicy.
Dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you also get to see pregnant women get stabbed in the belly over and over.
Ooh,
It's great.
I like that a lot.
Lots of stuff that is like, I don't know why this show's popular because like it's
That is fucking absolutely disgusting.
yeah they do a lot of like really gruesome things. I'm like,
Yeah.
how is this popular? I mean, I don't mind it, but
Yeah, I don't know. That would be hard for me to watch.
and then it's broken up with just like tits and sex, like softcore porn.
Love it. Love that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I love it for them.
Isn't Jason Momoa in it?
Yeah, that's where you guys start actually. Yeah,
Yeah, he
Yeah.
plays
he plays a
Mountain.
rapist.
yeah.
He's the one who rapes Emily Clark.
Yeah, he rapes Emily Clark. Good.
Wait, what's their race called? Like the race he's part is it?
The Dothraki.
Okay, cool, yeah.
Dothraki.
I was thinking that was Star Trek for some reason.
Yeah, it might as well be.
Yeah.
There's a lot of after a while they just keep referencing made up shit, and you're like, I can't keep up with this shit. But Dothraki are easy to remember because Jason Momoa was one of them, and they're really cool in season 1. Later on, they're just kind of background characters. They're like, oh, there's Dothraki back there. That's cool. They don't do anything.
But yeah, I fucking love Always Sunny.
Yeah,
It's
and
I'm upset that I haven't watched it before.
I was shocked
It cracks me up that
because it's so up your alley, and which
Yeah.
now you know.
yeah, it cracks me up that like Dennis is just a serial rapist. He's literally a sociopath.
Yeah.
He has like all these sociopathic tendencies and symptoms. Like he doesn't understand emotion, but he knows other people feel it.
Yeah.
So he like carries an onion slice in his hand,
Yeah,
his
yeah,
pocket
so
so
he
he can cry.
Yeah, where he's like, "Do you guys remember feelings?" And they were like,
Yeah, he was,
"Like Dennis,
he was trying to explain-
everyone has feelings."
he was trying to
every
explain, like,
day.
when you get older, you like ball them up and they go away.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? No.
No.
Even like Mac, like everyone's like, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just like actually, oh my god, some of the shit he does. He like records all the women he has sex with, and
For the Dennis
he
method,
corners them, and
which that was his real life was in the Dennis method episode.
yeah, I know that. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was a pharmacist.
Yeah.
That's funny. A lot of the like
They're-
Charlie and the waitress are married.
Yeah.
Mac and Dee are married, and then
Danny
Dennis and that
DeVito.
one.
I don't know. That's
I
joking.
don't know.
I don't think they've had his wife on.
No, probably not.
It's just kind of
Who are
funny
they?
because they all like are disgusted with each other in the show.
Yeah.
And then they're actually all
that's the
married.
only way to do it.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
all disgusted with each other, but they're the only people that they're able to interact with because they're so much more disgusting to everyone else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
That's
like
what
horrible people.
I was trying to explain to Shane that like every character is like an asshole who you root for to like something bad happened to them, but like the villains, quote unquote, of the show are like the more disgusting people,
Yeah.
like the McBoyles, or like just,
Sometimes-
but like they're not like, but like the thing about Always Sunny is that like
Like
if you
the
watch
one-
like a quirky show
sorry.
like New Girl or The Office or something, like you get quirky weird characters, but not like in Always Sunny where like, yeah, I'm addicted to drugs and fucking I
Like,
huff-
Cricket.
yeah,
Rickety
yeah,
Cricket is my favorite
And, like,
side character.
he redeems himself. They're like, nah, we're gonna bully him still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
bully him back to being like an addict and stuff.
like where he's what's his line that always cracks me up? Listen, pal, you know what I always say, you gotta pay to spray. That and do not finish inside me. And he's like, what? No, I'm your dad. And he's like, oh. Well, I'm gonna have to charge you double for that then. Like,
He's so, but he used to be a priest, and then they just fucked over his life.
Yeah.
like he was a good, like he wasn't the villain.
Yeah, but now he is.
Yeah,
And then there's the family that like, there's like the woman who like Dennis never liked, but she always had a crush on him.
the
But then-
waitress.
No.
no, the one with the tooth.
Oh,
Yeah. And then when
he
she gets
turns into a cat.
when she gets implants, he's like, oh, I like her now.
when she's getting married to one of the McBoyle brothers.
Yeah.
yeah,
And yeah.
and then she turns into a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because she's just one of those.
and he's like, "Why do I pay alimony to a cat?"
Yeah.
And like the lawyer.
I love her so much.
Yeah, I just watched the episode where the McBoyles sue the guy for spiking bath salts in the.
Oh yeah.
And she goes up to the stand. And she's like, "I'm a cat now." Dennis pulls out a laser pointer and she's chasing it. He's like, "Why do I pay alimony to a fucking cat?" It was so funny. Yeah, and then the lawyer taped on like huge hands because he's always super self-conscious about his hands. He's like, "How do my hands look? Are they like sweaty? Are they too small?" So funny. Oh my god, that show. Like the only likable character is Charlie, but just because the things he does aren't malicious, he's just an idiot.
Sometimes they are though.
Sometimes he is like a
some of the
bastard.
funnier episode. Like what was the one with where the rich people?
Yeah. And she like actually he just uses her to get back at the waitress.
Yeah.
And she's like actually falling in love with him.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I love the waitress.
And he just goes on a rant where he just like
he just
belittles her in front of a room full of people.
She calls her a rich whore.
Yeah.
And she just starts crying. No, sometimes he is like super like cunning and evil, but most of the time he's just like an idiot.
Yeah.
That's why you like him so much. He's like the only likable character, whereas everyone else just manipulates each other and other people and are just plain evil.
Yeah.
One of the cool things about the show is that like I feel like that's one of those shows like, you know, people be like, "Oh, which Friends character are you?"
Yeah.
But you can pick out people in your life and you're like, "Okay, this guy I know, I like him, but deep down he's Dennis."
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so,
It's
like,
not like a flattering.
No,
Yeah.
like
This is my Ross. Like, no, this is my Dennis.
yeah.
This
Well,
guy's my Charlie.
Yeah.
I can't bring him around to other people.
Like this
He
is
goes
he's
to
not
the
okay.
sewers naked.
this is
not
my
okay.
this is my
He
Frank.
runs around the sewers naked.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to get his clothes wet.
Yeah, and you know, it actually feels kind of good, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Him and Frank.
Which could be his father.
Yeah.
Go down in the sewers naked together. And
They sleep in the same bed too.
the one where
it's a pull-out couch.
Yeah.
They sleep in it together.
the one where Frank pooped the bed, like just,
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
and he was like, "Yeah, it was me all along." And they were like, "Why were you doing that?" He was like, "Well, it was an accident the first night, and also it was an accident the second night, but the third night that was just funny." Like,
I just watched the episode where he falls out of a window and forgets who he is. And there's just like a huge open gash on the back of his head.
Yeah.
And no one even cares about it. They just try to manipulate him for his money. Oh my god. Mac is a closeted homosexual who's also very Catholic and
Yeah.
religious.
He's like a homophobe on the outside, homosexual on the inside.
And he forces his like religion on everybody.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, no, I don't fucking
You know
care.
what episode I really like is when they meet Mac's brother. Did you watch that one?
Mm.
Okay, yeah.
oh, and he's really like cool
Because
and,
he's cool, and then
He's cool
He like
and he's
convinces
gay.
he convinces Dennis. He like talks to Dennis about like religion. He's like, I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, Mac, you not only have you fucked up my life, but you fucked up my afterlife. You made me hate Christianity.
Well, he said like because Mac was like, you have to believe in God because of the scary shit he can do.
Yeah.
And Country Mac is what they call him.
Yeah.
He's like, I believe in God because of all the beautiful things, and they're all getting high in some kind of observatory.
Yeah.
And they're like, whoa, I didn't even think about it like that. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. What or the episode where they have a debate between evolution, if it's real or not.
Yeah.
And Mac
oh,
gets,
science is a bitch sometimes.
Mac gets everyone to like believe in evolution or not. Like, he gets everyone to believe against evolution because
Yeah.
like, but can you explain evolution? And he's like, well, I don't need to. Scientists can. And everyone like walks over to Mac. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Uh,
What is it?
Yeah, they do some really good stuff with Mac.
Charlie McDennis, yeah.
Charlie McDennis.
was that the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. The game where like Dee and Dennis
Dee-
had like perfect like action
Yeah, they
figures for
always
toys
win.
because they never
Yeah.
and Mac and Charlie have to always destroy their toys.
Because Dee and Dennis are so competitive too. Like,
Yeah, and they
like
keep
where
cheating.
Frank's like, "You guys can't throw for shit. Let me try one of the darts." And Dennis has got his hand up on the dartboard,
Yeah.
and it just goes right in the dead center of his hand.
And it doesn't flinch at all.
And he's just like, just slowly turns and looks at them and just rips it out of the wall.
Yeah. Well, they would throw darts and it would land. He just like wouldn't even flinch because it was like
because
you can't flinch.
Yeah, you can't because it's them.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of games they would be in.
And they were like Dennis and Dee were faking being drunk.
Yeah.
They were drinking water the entire time.
Yeah, they were cheating the whole time. And they have cheated their entire lives.
Yeah. Oh my god, that show's so good. I'm gonna have to watch Game of Thrones after it though.
Speaking of good shows, have you guys been keeping up with Mandalorian?
Yes. I've seen episodes.